Alright, Rich here from the RCNetwork, and this is going to be my full review of the MIP Pro4mance Kit for the Losi Ten SCTE four-wheel drive truck. Now, in this review, we will cover a lot of things. I will go over lots of pluses, minuses, and I promise at the end of this video, and that means no fast forwarding, we'll be doing a full weigh-in of this truck so you can see how light this truck really is. So with that, let's grab the camera and let's go in deep to see all of the features and benefits of this full MIP kit. Alright, we're a little bit closer in here on the Pro4mance Kit, and right now we're looking at the body, and just a really quick thing on the body. I'm running the Flowtech Proline body, and this thing has been a great addition to the MIP kit. Now, with that, the biggest thing you look for in a short course body is how long it'll last, because let's be honest, these things are just big plastic thin pieces outside of a truck that's going a pretty good clip. So my biggest thing that I look for in a short course body is the front fenders, whether or not they're thick enough so that they don't split right here as you're hitting things and jumping and whatnot. So this one hasn't split. Really, really happy with that portion of it. Only downfall of this so far has been that right here, the little fin that had originally went out there had pulled out from the body. I just clipped it off. I'm still running the number plates because it just adds a little bit more rigidity right here and just something for you to land on when you flip over. Let's kill the body now and take a look at this great kit. Now, the biggest thing on the Pro4mance Kit is obviously that nice white powder coated chassis. It definitely adds a great look to your truck, and it really gives a better layout of all of the components on your truck, and we'll get to that as one of the positives here in just a minute. As far as what's included, obviously the white powder coated chassis, you get lots of blue anodized pieces, and they're all somewhat very, very similar. You get the battery holders there, the two chassis braces, both front and rear. They are very similar looking, but they're slightly different, so pay attention to that. The next thing, you also get the servo holders. They matching blue anodized. You get lots of different pieces of hardware and whatnot. You get a set of 4mm steering turnbuckles from Lunsford, and the reason for that is to allow you to have full compression here without binding, and they'll give you some hardware to kind of fit into that little section right there. Other thing that you definitely get with the Pro4mance Kit is a full set of bypass pistons and valving for all four of your shocks. You notice I'm running the yellow springs. They give you a set of 3 different springs for the front only, blue, yellow, and red. I'm running the yellow. I believe that they're mediums. In the rear does not include any springs, but I am running the orange springs from TLR. Now, with the kit, they also give you a cowling that kind of goes over the front area of the truck. Now, I chose not to run it, not because I want to save the weight, but I just didn't see a benefit on an all-clay track. I know that there are some slight aerodynamic benefits, but I chose not to run it. In your application, you may choose to, depending on if you're running in dirt and mud and whatnot, but I chose not to. As far as negatives, let's start with the bad and let's end on a positive. The first thing, as far as negatives, the post right here, and I've pointed this out before, and this is very, very minor, but I just wish that there was a flat spot on those posts so that when you're holding it and you're turning screws into it, it doesn't kind of mar the finish of that nice blue anodization. The next negative, and these are very slight negatives, I wish there was better instructions on how to mount the body posts, and I have a separate video on that, so please check my channel out, but you will have to slightly do a very slight mod to get those things to work on your truck. That's all the negatives. There's really not that much negative about this truck. The positives, let's do some good talking now. First positive, you get a whole brand new truck. And what I mean by that is with all the components added to this truck to your stock SCTE, or if you have a fully modified one like mine, you're driving a fully different truck. It is not the same truck that you were driving hours earlier. Now, with that, it gives you the feeling that this thing is very, very light. Right off the bat, I felt that it was just so powerful based on the motor and everything I was running that I had to tone it down a bit. You just get a really light feeling. The other positive is there's lots of setup sheets out there for this chassis. If you're running an outdoor track or an indoor clay track, there's definitely lots of support from the MIP crew. Now with that, I chose Matt Olson's setup for OCRC, which is actually the track I run at, and it provided me with some very, very good initial setup sheets. And with that, I was able to feel that this thing had just tons of steering. The next positive are definitely the bypass shocks. I think that's just an added bonus that MIP included the bypass shock system with this kit, and it definitely gives you lots of tunability. Now, the bypass shock option is quite a bit, and it was very nice that they included that in the kit. Other positive, the white chassis. That thing is just a work of art from the guys over at MIP. It definitely looks nice. It gives you a little bit of ability. As you see, I put some stickers on here to kind of do some positive advertising there. And it gives you a better layout. If you notice on the stock SCTE, the battery and the ESC are in a opposite direction. Also, you'll notice that the center diff is set back about another ½ inch. What they do is they flip the two dog bones there, or CVDs I guess, and allow this center diff to just get scooted back just a little bit, putting a little bit more rear weight towards the rear with having the motor back. Now, all in all, this kit is just amazing. It is definitely worth the price of admission to get into this kit. And really quick, let's do a couple of weigh-ins. Now, first, we're going to weigh in the stuff you take off of your SCTE. Now, let me go ahead and grab my scale here, and we're going to do some stuff here, get it on zeroed out, hopefully. And we're on pounds, so we'll do the American style. Now, this is all the stuff that you take off your SCTE when you add on the MIP chassis. That is the receiver box, the two side skirts for it. This is the plastic piece that actually goes underneath the motor and the center diff. And you'll notice my old battery tray is slightly modified to save weight, so yours may be a little bit heavier. So, got all that on the scale now. Let's take a look at what you save. Right there, 0.359 pounds that you've already taken off your truck just by taking all that extra plastic off. So you may actually have more depending on what your battery box looks like. Now let's go ahead and weigh this truck in. Promised it a long time ago, so let's go ahead and do it. We're weighing in pounds once again. We got to zero out of the scale, and I'm going to go ahead and drop that on. I'm not going to let you look at it without the body on. And let's go ahead and throw that body on. Make it all nice and neat. There we go. So we got that on the scale, and let's take a look at what that ended up at. Right there, 5.86 pounds. That is what my truck is weighing in at after the MIP kit and a few other things. So that's it for now, guys. If you like the video, hit that like button. Check out my channel for other videos on this particular truck, either the SCTE or the Performance Kit from MIP. And as always, if you have any questions, throw them on down below. That's it for now, guys. Over and out.